Manu had talked about solar rooftop systems. The topic which I am going to talk today is a little bit ahead, that is about microgrids and the experiences we had in setting up a hybrid system in our own campus at Chennai. So what is a microgrid? The microgrid is a combination of distributed energy sources feeding into a particular load, a set of loads. Feeding into a set of loads. Now, the microgrid acts in parallel to the main grid. So we all know about the main grid, which has the remote power stations supplying to the various loads in our own cities through the transmission and distribution system. So the difference between a distributed generation and a centralized generation is that distributed generation is at your own home or at your own location or your own campus or institute. So the distribution generations can be solar PV, microgrid turbines, even the DG sets. Now, why do we need a DG set? So the DG set can be as a backup for you if you are not going for an energy storage. Because sometimes the renewable energy sources are not constant all the time, which Manu had explained earlier. It is intermittent in nature. So you need some backup, which is either the main grid, and when the main grid is not the DG set. Or else you should go for energy storage solutions. So the distributed generation, for the other major component is the energy storage. Now the function of the energy storage varies. It can be for peak shaving. That is, peak shaving is to shave the highest demand which a particular institution has. Because we pay charges even depending upon the demand, not only for the per unit cost which we incur. So apart from that, the other major component will be the advanced metering and communication systems, which monitors and also records the energy consumption you have, and based on which we can do various analysis. And the heart of the system is the microgrid control. This is the system which makes the microgrid smarter. The solar wind hybrids as well as solar PV systems we have been seeing. But how do we make the system smarter, make it more stable when the grid is not there? So the microgrid, a smart microgrid can...
At VIT Chennai campus. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. No.
Okay. I'm a professor at the Chennai campus. My main role is actually teaching environmental sciences and fluid mechanics. I have some interest in renewable energy, and our campus has taken a lot of initiatives on using renewable energy. So I just wanted to highlight that. Now, as a campus, we have a vision which is basically to impart futuristic technologies to our students. So we try to emulate the vision we have. We have actually installed a large number of renewable windmills and photovoltaics on the campus, and many benefits. One is, of course, it is from a social perspective, and the other is it helps train the students. So I'll take you through some of the slides which will give you a feel of that. Before I do that, part of my work, one of the things is we are faced with energy disruptions. So we already went through what is called the Arab Spring. This is just the disruptions in 2011 that I got from British Petroleum. Fukushima has also caused disruptions. Of course, it's only in Japan, but the other case we all face disruptions globally. Right? Now, whether we like it or not, increase in GDP, growth rate is tied to energy. The only thing is our energy consumption in India is much lower, but our aspirations are very high. Currently where we are is we are down at the moderately energy efficient quadrant. We would obviously like to be on the right top hand where we have a high GDP and high efficiencies. Okay? Where are we on this? This is a chart that I had picked up from the economist. We have been much below the world average. We have started to peak according to the latest data, and then we will continue to be world leaders as far as the reason why we are world leaders in this is not because of it's because of the lack of energy, and much of the population is actually living on sustenance farming. So that actually consumes much less energy. So that apart, our aspirations are to move towards the higher quadrant, as I said. So we have actually used the technologies we have used. We have decided to use our wind and solar that's there on the Chennai campus, because one reason is the amount of carbon emission life cycle. This is not just on usage, but actual carbon emission that you have during the entire life cycle of the plant is about 10 grams of CO2 for wind, and somewhere around 32 for solar, because you have to put in more energy for that. That apart, what we have at VIT, what we have solar PV lights, and these are actually tied into LED, so it's not just the fact that we generate, we also tie it into energy efficient systems. So we have solar PV LED lights, and in certain cases where the solar lights we have a combination of solar, PV, photovoltaic and wind turbine which then are used for lighting up the LED lights. And these are used actually along the entire pathway. And we also, on the campus, the hot water that's supplied to the students, it's a 15-floor building. The entire hot water is actually supplied by solar thermal systems. This is the campus. It's still under construction. You can see some of the installations over here. These are the solar PV lights that have been installed, and this is the walkway. I'll come back to this a little later. Just before installation, this is the picture of a wind turbine line on, and this is the photovoltaic part. So the advantage is here we actually, with a single installation, we actually use it to power two sets of lights. So on the campus, if you walk around, you will see a whole series of these lights which have been put in. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of these in action at night. So if you come down Vandalur Kelambakam Road at night time after 7 o'clock, you will see these in action. This is the wind turbine, a better picture of the wind turbine with the sort of photovoltaic. And so we have a whole series of lights. The photovoltaics, they generate about 90, they're capable of generating about 90 watts. The wind turbines are able to generate about 180 watts. Both wind turbine, the hybrid systems, wind turbine plus photovoltaic. And these have